Nancy Vogt, editor of the Lake Country Echo and the Pine River Journal. And with me I have Brian Lehman, Nisswa Mayor. And we have a few topics we're going to address. So why don't we start with the upcoming Highway 371 project, which I believe is scheduled to start any day. And it's not the 4-lane expansion yet, but can you explain a little bit about what's going to be going on?
Yeah, last summer actually we had the phase 1 of the 371 project where they were able to put the County Road 18 in and do as much of the preparation for the 371 project that will be happening this spring and then into the summer. This summer what will happen is they'll change the intersection. Everyone is familiar with the lights that we have up close to Nisswa Square on Main Street in Hazelwood. Those will move south of Triangle Store. And then MnDOT will be building a tunnel that will go where the current light is, so people from downtown Nisswa can access the Nisswa Lake Park and the DNR land that we'll have there. So, I think MnDOT is having to raise the road about 3 or 4 feet. Skigall changed their name to Mount Skigall, and if anyone's been in Nisswa, there's 2 large dirt piles, and we've been calling them Mount Nisswa. But the dirt piles are there, so MnDOT will have the dirt, and they can elevate 371 with the new. They're having to change and move 371 a little bit closer to the lake, and so we're pretty excited to get the project done. Actually, we're hoping that we can get it done before July, because July up in Nisswa is always our very, very busy month with all of our tourists and everyone coming to our downtown area, shopping at our great stores and different things like that. So.
Okay. And as I understand it, there are some temporary lights north of the current lights. The first phase will be the southbound lanes, so all traffic will shift one in each direction, and that's why those temporary lights are up there. And then once the southbound lanes are done, everyone will switch over and they'll work on the northbound lanes. But we talked about the tunnel that'll be built this summer leading to Nisswa Lake Park, and I've been getting questions, is the park ready? And can you explain where we're at with that? Because that'll be a little bit yet.
Absolutely. We actually started on the park project actually a little more than 6 years ago. That just sounds like a lot of time. And at that point in time, we didn't even have land. We closed on the land that through getting a grant through the legacy funds, and then Arnie and Joanne Johnson were very nice and made a very nice donation. And then we probably have about 100 to 120 other individuals from the Nisswa Lakes area that have donated funds that we were able to raise the total amount of money so we could purchase that land. So the city of Nisswa actually, in the Friends of Nisswa Lake Park, we own the land, but we can't actually start building anything until this 371 project is done, because they're pushing toward the lake, and any infrastructure that we would put down right now would be torn up, so we're not going to waste any money. What we are planning on doing is we've been doing some surveying on the 6-acre property that between the DNR and the city that we have, that the park will go on, and the survey is being done. So the conceptual things that we want at this park, like the gazebo and the bathrooms, and we're going to have a bicycle walking trail, and then on the in the picnic area, and then on the lake we're going to have a pier and a boat docking area, and then a swimming area. And so what we want to do is, with the lay of the land, make sure we put the different components in an area that works out the best. So that's why we're having to do the surveying, that type of thing. But we will, the Friends of Nisswa Lake Park, we will be amping up our fundraising efforts. And September 1st is the deadline with legacy money again. And so we're really hoping that this time around we will get funded, and then the remaining amount that would be unfunded, that the Friends of Nisswa Lake Park and individuals in our community would come forward, and then we can start building our park. The good thing is, if you have the land, you can build the park. if you don't have the land, you can't. We have the land. So
Okay.
we're hoping it can be sooner rather than later.
Okay. And now on the other side of Highway 371 on Main Street, the council right now, one of their main projects they've been working on is to update the public restroom facilities and possibly attach a chamber building to that. And I know where we're at with that is that bids will be open next week, and the council will take a look at the costs and decide if that will be a reality or not.
Yeah, and I'm very optimistic that that'll come about, but because the bids haven't been open yet, that'll be April 11th in case anyone wants to come to that council meeting. It is a special but open council meeting.
At 4 p.m.
At 4 p.m., that's exactly right. And we'll have really new and updated bathrooms, because right now the bathrooms that are more the general bathroom, they're really old. They were probably built along with that chamber building, were built for really a Memorial Day to Labor Day season, and it's become a all year 365-day type building, and the initial one just wasn't really built for that. So we're going to have a state-of-the-art facility that hopefully the chamber can be in, that we'll have restrooms there, an area where people can pick up brochures, that type of stuff, the different things that we can promote Nisswa and the great Nisswa businesses that are there, and restaurants, of course, too. So, and resorts. Come to Nisswa.
Okay.
Come today.
And Nisswa is a recent Beyond the Yellow Ribbon community. Can you explain that a little bit, as well as its tie-in with the Good Samaritan Bowl fundraiser coming up?
Yep, absolutely. Beyond the Yellow Ribbon is not only, the Yellow Ribbon campaign is really honoring our military. Beyond the Yellow Ribbon came as a state initiative that when military individuals are fighting for us overseas, typically in the Middle East nowadays, their families are left here, and Beyond the Yellow Ribbon really is meant to be an organization to come behind the families that need some help, whether it might be snow plowing, snow shoveling, mowing their grass, whatever it might be, to help those families out. The Nisswa American Legion approached our city council and myself as mayor to officially become a Beyond the Yellow Ribbon community, which means that we would put forth our efforts to help the Legion and the military families that are in our community. And so for the Good Samaritan Bowl, of which the Brainerd Dispatch is one of the major sponsors for the Good Samaritan Bowl, we have a number of Beyond the Yellow Ribbon teams. One of them I'm on, which is sponsored by the Nisswa Lions and the Nisswa American Legion, and it's the coolest thing, and I have a privilege of serving on that because we have Andy Thomas, who's actually a Woodland resident, but he's also a member of our Nisswa American Legion. He's 101 years young, and he's also a charter member of the Nisswa Legion, and he served in World War II. And then we have Lloyd, who served in Korea, and then we have Steve and Larry. Larry's one of our residents at Woodland. Steve's in our Brainerd Lakes community, but they both served in Vietnam. And so the missing piece, which I already talked to Karen Ragoose, because her husband served in Iraq and he's still current military, seeing if we can get him. So we'd basically have all the U.S. conflicts, the wars covered with the different members that are on this bowling team. And we are currently raising funds, taking pledges, big picture, the Good Samaritan Bowl will be on Sunday, May the 5th, and Monday, May the 6th, which there is a media competition, so the Echo and the Dispatch and BL Broadcasting, all of those folks that do great work in our area will be competing for a trophy, that type of thing. And, we're just hoping with the different teams that we have, during the same time, I think that the media will be bowling. We also have a mayor's and elected officials team, and I think we have about 8 or 9 people on that team so far. I think 4 mayors and 5 other elected officials. Nancy Adams and Daryl Schneider are both on it as well, and they're just real giving of their time. for good causes in our area. So
That's very interesting, and you'll help us out with a story for the Lake Country Echo on the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon.
Absolutely, yes, I will.
information.
I'll
So-
send that to you soon.
That sounds great. And just one more activity coming up in Nisswa. The one coming up next will be the Run for the Lakes Marathon, and the last weekend in April. And we're hoping the snow will be gone. The very first marathon was run in a snowstorm. So
I ran it. I did the half marathon in 18 inches of snow. It's crazy. And that's the first time I ever did it. So that was 5 years ago. So
let's hope for sunny skies and warm weather, and we'll go with that.
yeah, come visit Nisswa. Friday night of that run, they always have the Nisswa Mayor doing a welcome. So I'll be running the 5K that night, and there's a kids run and other fun stuff. And the Run for the Lakes is always the last weekend in April, so you can still sign up. I think it's runforthelakes.com. You can sign up on there. And then I'll be doing the half marathon. And then we actually are going to have a mile run where some of the soldiers are coming out, active military, and they're going to do a mile run where we're going to have about 100 people holding flags and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
That's new this year.
Oh,
So
okay. Great.
I just, the Legion was telling me about that. So
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Brian, Mayor of
Come to
Nisswa,
Nisswa.
for coming and chatting with us.